What is up, guys? Good to see you again. Thank you for clicking on. As you guys know, I haven't been streaming very much, and it's definitely not because I don't want to. I want to so bad, and thank you guys so much. On the last stream, we got a total of $125 in donations. I believe that's Canadian currency, but I'm not 100% on that, with over $100 being donated by Shadowblade and the rest being collectively donated by English Train Spotter and Salty Dave. Thank you guys so much for supporting. You guys don't know how much that helps, especially at a time like this. As a lot of you know, my computer is currently down. It will be up soon. Here's what's going on. For the longest time, I've not been able to play Forza Horizon 3 in full screen. I play all my racing games on the PC, if you guys didn't know. And when I go full screen on Horizon 3, the game drops to maybe 12 frames a second, completely unplayable. Now, I always thought it was because I didn't have enough RAM. So when I upgraded, I went to 16, I still didn't have enough RAM. Then I recently went to 32, and when it still seemed like I didn't have enough RAM because I was still lagging in full screen, I realized something was wrong here. Like, there's no way 32 isn't enough. And then I realized that it wasn't my memory that was maxing out, which is in direct correlation with RAM, but it was my CPU usage. And I never really put two and two together, but CPU is directly correlated to your processor. And what I believe more specifically is your processor's cache. It's your processor's ability to do multiple things at once. And as you guys know, I stream as well as play the game, as well as run music. And there's some animations on my stream and stuff like that, all off of one PC. So for the average person, a regular, inexpensive processor is going to be fine for gaming. But for me, I actually have to go all out. So I am upgrading my processor and upgrading my motherboard. Not only am I upgrading them, but I've been so fed up with buying a part that should be enough. You know, it's not overkill, but it should be enough. And then it isn't enough, having to either return, or if I can't return, sell that product and then buy a more expensive one. And it's just a big waste of money that way. So I'm actually going all out, guys. I'm getting a Threadripper. I'm getting only the 1900X. I figured that's the best way to go because I get the upgraded motherboard, the one that supports the top end Threadripper, and AMD is the best way to go because their processors are the best for streamers. They have the most cache available, by far exceeding Intel's. So that's why I chose AMD. So now I'm gonna have the top of the line motherboard, or one of the top of the line motherboards, with the ability to upgrade my processor in the future. And with all these options for expanding in the future, it's gonna cost me a whole lot though. So again, thank you guys for those super chats, because that did take off a big expense on my end. I've ordered the processor as of today, but I have to order it in chunks. So I ordered the processor today. Once I pay rent, I get paid a few days after, and then I'm gonna order the board, the CPU cooler, and a new power supply, because we need a better power supply as well. So once all those parts come in, that's gonna be great. And like I said, man, I'm tired of going to the computer store and having issues that are because of them. I'd rather have issues that are all on me and because of me, and I can work through them and learn as I go. Either way, the stress is there, but at least I'm learning. I am gonna be building this PC on my own. I'm gonna be taking my sweet time because these are some expensive parts. I had to disassemble it so I could return my previous motherboard, because my motherboard was still able to be returned to the computer store. And that was nerve-wracking for sure, and I'll show you some of the clips. Honestly, guys, I was so scared I was gonna ruin something, but they accepted the motherboard back. The motherboard was in perfect shape. I currently sold a bunch of old parts. I still need to sell my power supply, which I can only get like 20 bucks for because it's really cheap. My power supply and my i7 7700 processor. Once I sell both of those, that'll give me a nice chunk of money to get me through the rest of these upgrades. And then I'll be good. Actually, if I can sell both of those, I might be able to go ahead and buy the motherboard before I actually get paid. But there isn't a huge point to that because I'll still have to wait on the power supply and CPU cooler. But, you know, I'll have the money there. There are some things I'm going to keep you guys updated with along the way, and that is a big point of this video. I want to let you guys know I'm still going to provide you with content. If there's big news on racing games, I will give you a video in this form talking to you. I'll download some clips and show you. I'll do what I can to get up some good content for you guys. But one thing that is going to be really fun is when I turn my living room into a basketball court. First of all, it's not too bright in here right now. We have this one light, but then we have these two lights right here. Check these out. So we got these lights and they're pretty tucked away, which means they're gonna be hard to break with a little indoor basketball. But they're gonna look sick because we're gonna put the net right here. I'm not really worried about the window breaking, but the net is gonna go right there, right at the bottom of the window. And what's perfect about this is near the window, the ceiling starts to get a lot higher, which means it'll be a little bit better for shooting. I mean, this still could get in the way. If the net's down here, that edge could get in the way for dunking, whatever, blocking. Like I have some really athletic, competitive friends, you know, from sports teams in high school and stuff. And I think this would be really fun activity we could do, and we could vlog it. It'd be really cool. All I need is screws. And then I'm either gonna screw them in, use some forearm strength, or I'm going to borrow my girlfriend's dad's power drill. But yeah, once I get some screws, I'm gonna screw it into the wall, and that is gonna be intense. You guys haven't seen it already because I've shown the stream many times. This ain't no cheap indoor basketball net, guys. This is one of the top of the line indoor basketball nets. I mean, there's one out there that's just stupid. Like, I don't care how much money you have, it's a pretty dumb buy, in my opinion. There's one indoor basketball net that is literally upwards of $370. This one, on the other hand, was only like 50, 60 bucks. It has a real steel rim, and I think it's gonna look sick there. The net will be a little bit low, but I'd rather it be lower and we're not hitting the ceiling taking shots. So guys, if you haven't seen it already, this is kind of where my stream setup usually is. I'll have another light right here, which is over there right now. Some of my green screen stuff. The green screen's put away over here. And this desk, this chair that came with the apartment, it was just sitting in the living room when we got it. But I'm actually really happy that this was here because my other chair is horrid. Here's my other chair, guys, and I have done a 1,000 lap Forza Motorsport 7 race in this chair, never getting up, as well as a 50 lap Goliath race, which we weren't able to finish. The thing is starting to crack, so we got really lucky that we got a new one. If I didn't have to upgrade my PC, just to let you guys know how much this is going to cost me, I could have got a sim racing setup as well as a new gaming computer chair for about the same price as the upgrades I'm about to put in my PC. Canada too, PC parts are more expensive, a lot more expensive than the US. Not as bad as like Australia, but they are expensive. I have a GTX 1070, which I'm hoping will be perfectly fine on the Threadripper. It will be a bottleneck, I'm sure, I guess. But I'm hoping it should be fine. Like, I shouldn't have any issues with it for the time being. And then in the future, hopefully I can get an upgraded one. Just to wrap this up really quick, what you guys should really take from this video is just that I'm not going to be back up and running probably until close to April 10th. That's just the way it's going to be because I can't afford all the upgrades now. I can afford like half of them now and then half of them when I get paid. So unfortunately, we're going to be down a little bit longer. So thank you guys for waiting. Thank you all for your support. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, I guess. I'm just going to be giving you guys little updates as I go along, little vlogs showing me building the PC, showing me putting up that basketball net, whatever I happen to be doing throughout this little kind of intermission for our channel. Take it easy, guys.